Here's some tools you'll need to complete the job. I just had one small flathead screwdriver, one Phillips screwdriver, one 12mm wrench, long straight pick, needle nose pliers, quarter drive ratchet I used on some stuff, and then I got the 3/8 drive. Did a little extension here. This has got the 10mm on it, and then if you want, there's the 14mm quarter drive and 12mm quarter drive. I have two flashlights. This one will be fine if you just want to use a regular flashlight. And then I got this DeWalt, which is nice because it's got a magnetic strip on the back, so I was able to use that when I was connecting the linkage underneath. It made it kind of nice. And I have the part number for the bushings, in case you guys need that, as well as the diagram. Highlighted in yellow are the bushings that I replaced, but that's the complete diagram of it. Hi there, today I'm going to replace the shifter bushings in my 2000 Toyota Tacoma. As you can see, the shifter is super loose, so I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get that all tightened up again. First thing I'm going to do is take off the shift knob. That just unscrews. Next, I'm going to remove these two bolts, one on each side, and then there should be two other bolts in the back of this, and I'm going to take those out, and then remove this whole center console. Alright, so I removed the shift knob for the four-wheel drive. I removed this bolt. And there's another bolt here. There's the same thing on those two on the other side. I removed those two bolts down there. They're 10mm. And then now I'm going to just remove the center console here. Center console's removed. And here's one of the bushings. Going to be replacing 4 total. There's this one here. There's going to be another one on the other side, and then there's another set below. But when I move the shifter, you can see, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a little play there, and that you can see that bushing is completely messed up or broken, just from old age, wear and tear. But that's what I'll be replacing. Next, you need to remove these 6 10mm bolts. There's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. So it's going to be this one, and this one. There's actually 8 of those bolts total. I found one more here and another one behind this little harness here. So I'm going to go ahead and get those ones out, and then that should be it for the bolts. Next, you'll have to remove this connector. You just got to push the tab in here, and then it'll pop right out. Next, you're going to want to undo the linkage, the shift linkage. As you can see, right up there is where the shifter is, and that's the linkage. On the back side of that, there's going to be a quarter pin, and I will point to it here. And basically, you could use a 90-degree pick, or you could use some needle nose pliers if you have some long enough ones to get in there. I'm going to go ahead and remove that right now. Alright, the Carter pin is removed. The linkage is all out. Now I'm going to go ahead and pry on this with a flat screwdriver. See if I can pull the whole shift unit out. Just going around working it. Go ahead and spray some simple green on them. Try to get them all cleaned up because, as you can tell, it's super nasty from years of gunk and all that stuff building up. So I'll get that cleaned up. Alright, I'm going to work on the top bushings first. So to have access to that bolt, as you can see, it's tucked behind here. It won't pull out all the way because it's blocked by that white piece here. So to access that, we're going to need to remove this black piece here, this cover. So it's 3 bolts. It's that one, this back one, and then that one. So once we get that out of the way, then we could have access to the 3 bolts here. So there's the top one, the bottom one, and then that 3rd one back there. And then once that's all removed, we should be able to unscrew that bolt, pull it straight out. Alright, so got all the old debris, and you can see that's what's left over from the bushing. And here's the new bushings. I'm going to go ahead and install it, and they should just slide right in, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to put that bolt right back through and put the nut on the other side of it. Alright, bushings are installed, bolts back in, and it's snug. And then I went ahead and I put these 3 screws back in for this white piece. If you look here, you just need to make sure that this black knob goes right in this cutout of that white piece. Next, I'm going to go ahead and work on the bottom one. As you can see, tons of play, and bushings are completely gone, so this should help out quite a bit. Alright, all 4 bushings are installed. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I got both covers reinstalled. Little side note, wanted to give you guys a heads up and a little tip on how to take this off. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Just wedge a screwdriver in from underneath, and then what you do is you'll just lift up on that and it'll pop it right out just like that. When you reinstall it, you just want to push one edge in and then work the screwdriver around all the way around until it pops in. And you could see on this side, like for example, if it wasn't all the way in, it wouldn't look like this. And what you could do is just slide the screwdriver in below and just again work your way all the way around it, and it'll pop it all the way in. The only thing you don't want to forget is to reinstall these inserts, these metal inserts, and they just go right in the center there. And to take them out, it's really easy. You just use a screwdriver again and just push it through, and it pops right out. Alright, shifter is ready to be reinstalled. I went ahead and cleaned up this part here with some simple green, just to make it look a little cleaner because it was pretty nasty. So I'm just going to go ahead and reverse the process that I did to remove it. So I'm going to go back and install it now. Alright, shifter is reinstalled on the top end. I have all 8 of these 10 millimeter bolts tightened up. I got this connector reconnected. There's this little shift boot was kind of a pain to remove just because it It hasn't been removed in years. So what I used was just this pick here to stick right in here like this. And I pushed it down pretty good, and I just worked it all the way around to loosen this up. And then after I did that, I was able to get these needle nose pliers, and I wedged it right in where I had the pick, and I would just pull up slightly because I didn't want to rip the boot. The boot's pretty thick. I don't think it would rip, but I just pulled it up ever so slightly and just kind of worked its way all the way around and did the same thing all the way. So I'd move the pick a little bit, and then I would go ahead and do the needle nose pliers in the same spot where the pick was at, and eventually it worked its way up. I just reconnected the linkage below, so now it's the moment of truth. See how little bit of play, but nothing like it was. I was able to have it in drive, and I would be able to push this forward, and the orange indicator for drive would actually move all the way up to neutral. It would still stay engaged in drive, but it would move up, and it's not doing that now. So it's a lot better. Oh yeah, you can